Hey everyone, it's EverythingeeB here. The first time I ever used Linux was back in all the way in the mythical days of 2012 when I had gotten my first computer, an AMD Athlon, I think. I don't remember what exact model. An 800 megahertz processor with 512 megabytes of RAM. Can you imagine that? Megabytes back then. And it was running the wonderful Windows XP, but I hated Windows XP back then. It was so disgusting, especially the, turn off sound. Boot off sound. What the heck am I saying? So today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the first version of Linux Mint I ever used. This is like, kind of like mythical, for me. I haven't used it in a long time, so we're going to see how it goes. Let's get it launched. I've only seen pictures on the internet recently when I went to download it today because I had this great idea for a video, but I've never actually used it, so that's a strange thing, I guess. And you can see it's already, starting and booting up, so we'll just full screen that quickly and let it do its thing. Alright, so we're at this blank screen. I don't know what this is supposed to mean, but I suppose oh, there we go. There we go. So you can see it's like a kind of like a mashup of an Ubuntu screen and their own screen. Nowadays they just have their, M logo, M for Mint. So yeah, nowadays they just have them. Back then it was pretty much just this, which is really interesting, to see computer history portrayed like this. And you can see it's actually starting to turn on now, I think, judging by, what it looks like, I guess. This OS I've not used for 8 years at this point. It's been a long time with this one. It's called Linux 13 Maya. And I don't know why they chose to name it Maya, but you can see there is a slight contrast between the mouse sizes, which shows the border of the window, which is likely 800 by 600. Yep, as I expected. And whoa, wow, it hasn't even loaded yet, and I'm already just like, nice. So you can see here, this is the, like the first kind of like preview, I guess, because unlike Windows setup, Linux has this different setup. This applies for Ubuntu and stuff, but I'm pretty sure this was only for Linux Mint. But basically what they did was they let you try out the operating system off of your installation media before actually letting you install it. Oh, nice. This looks really cool. You can see they have Thunderbird Mail and Banshee. This is before Rockbox. Or, I think Rockbox was just Ubuntu, even at this time. So we're just gonna increase the resolution quickly. So, it looks like they don't actually have 1920 by 1080. They have all the way up to this 1600 resolution. They have up to 1440. But they have these weird resolutions, like, what is this? I'm looking for 1920 by 1080, not 1200. Alright, how about we detect monitors then? Nope, still not working. Guess we're gonna have to scroll to get to anything. You can see the taskbar is entirely gone now, because, well, we'll do 1600 by 1200. Wait, that's still too much on that axis. Really? Alright, so it looks like we got something like known. It says unknown monitor. Helpful. No wonder it's displaying incorrect resolutions. I don't know how I'm going to actually, install the correct thing, but for now we're just going to equip this, bigger thing so that we can get Linux Mint installed on our VM. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to trash this VM later, so... But I might not. If I get 20 likes, guys, that's all I'm asking for, 20 likes, not so hard, just share it with your friends. I will install Linux Mint on actual hardware. And then, if I get 40 likes, I'll upgrade this Linux Mint to the latest one. It looks like we do have all that. Go ahead. Sure. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna let it do its thing, and I'll see y'all when it does. So while Linux Mint's getting installed, that is, Beastie Boys, seriously, we're gonna take a look at the pre-built software. Let's do this, I guess. So, although, you know, we can't change the monitor to correct resolution, something 1920 by 1200, ridiculous. We can always just export like this while this is getting installed, because I don't want to install guest editions on a guest CD, duh. That's not actually going to work, I just realized. But let's explore the web browser, Firefox. This looks like a very different logo, and Firefox really liked Linux, so did Skype before it got bought by Microsoft. Although Microsoft still does, you know, support Skype, and it still does work with Skype. It doesn't, like, it's not something that Microsoft wants to do but has no choice. So you do have Skype on Linux, and this was one of the versions of Linux you had Skype on. So I'm gonna go to google.com, and this is a very aged version of Firefox. If we go into help, seriously, I've given it 4 gigs of RAM and it's freezing up. God, what is going on? Looks like we're doing something we're not supposed to. Hilarious. What the freaking frack is going on? Like, I'm not even joking anymore. This is just getting out of control. Alright, so after a little while, I ended up getting Linux Mint installed. And right now I'm trying to download Skype, which is somehow still working. Somehow this software manager kind of thing actually still works. Big surprise there, actually. And there's still 60,000 packages. I don't know how much there was at launch, because I never went here because my dad was managing the computer and you needed a password every single time to install it. There's also this update thing. I remember this as well, not so fondly though. One time it bricked my update, so then I had to get rid of my user. There's also some pretty cool wallpapers. I mean, I've been playing around for this for a little while now, and I think the wallpapers are really sick. I mean, if they can load, that is. There's so there is some other like wallpapers. I don't know what these are, honestly. Yeah, I guess. Oh, they have slight different changes. So you can see here, it says Linux Mint 13 here, Linux Mint Maya here, and Linux Mint Maya here. So they have a dual background. Really? Alright, so we're gonna try next this. And this works really well. So you can see here we have, sorry about the crying in my background, you can see here we have this like kind of like thing here. This kind of looks like a digging pit, but yeah. And there's also Firefox, but it's really old. It's like Firefox 12. I now had to forcefully lose my interest in this, as I really gotta run. I mean, my mom doesn't sound so happy up there, so better go help her. Let's just check Skype's here. No, they have GIMP for free though. Pretty cool, honestly. If you don't know what GIMP is, it's basically Photoshop, I guess. There were a lot of developers for that I just want to say before I go, that there were a lot of developers for Linux. There used to be Skype before Microsoft bought them. Microsoft still does develop for Linux. There's Google Earth. There's Chromium, although, you know, that's not as much anymore. But, you know, there's a lot of cool developers, and I think this was really, really, you know, cool. I hope you guys thought it was cool too. And you know what else would be cool? If we could get 40 likes, install it on real hardware, and get the latest version of Linux Mint. Alright, make sure to punch that like button, and I'll see y'all next time.